I just want to know, do you have to be on Twitter and have a presence, even if you sort of don't like it? Like, should you do it for the sake of it?
Nope.
And keep it minimal?
Nope.
So you don't have to be on it?
You don't even have to have Facebook if you don't want it. My friends are in a band called Parquet Courts. They don't use Facebook or anything like that. They hate it. They despise using it. They feel no reason to use it.
Yeah.
And it makes way more sense for them not to use it because it'd just be sad. And also they're good enough to get away with not using it. If your band's great, you don't need Facebook at the end of the day.
But, I mean, people need somewhere to go to just get some basic information. So, like, maybe you don't want to use Facebook, but maybe it's good to have a Facebook page.
Facebook's crucial, I think, whereas at least having Facebook is crucial.
I think I've kind of accepted that, and everyone has accepted that.
Exactly.
Facebook's crucial, but, you know, if it's... Have a Tumblr, have a SoundCloud, have a Bandcamp or something.
Just have one
Have a
page.
Pinterest, man. Just whatever feels right.
Have a Google Plus. Someone's got to use it sometime soon.
Sorry.
If you don't want to have a Twitter, as long as someone can go, hey, I heard about this band, go into Google and find one page where you are, 2 pages where you are, that's cool.
Yeah.
Just don't make it hard for people to find you because people will give up pretty quickly. Like, no one, you know, you'll just get over it. But if it's for the purposes of, you know, like if you've played a show and like a booking agent or a publicist or a manager or a label or someone wants to find you, if it's hard, they're just gonna like forget about it, you know, unless you're really amazing.
Yeah. I can hear in Melody's tone that she's like, this is hard for me to deal with when I'm trying to deal with an artist who has virtually no presence and I can't work out what they're about, and they send me a photo with their hand in front of their face and it says they're zero age from like nowhere, and she's like,
Who's this fucking seer bitch? I have no idea. Where's your face?
As well, just like if we're gonna write about someone, like even if your Facebook page is literally just like the names of the people in the band, like what they play, one high-res picture, like just one, so we can like chuck it in the title picture, like even just like a couple of highlight reel kind of thing, like we played this cool thing and like we're doing perfect, like as long as we've got like the bare bones of like a story for us to like, so we're not just pulling stuff out of our asses when we're writing about you. Perfect.
Even if you can just have like where you're from, because it affects like radio play, you know, like you might not think about it, but say somewhere like FBI, they play 50% of the music they play in each show in each day is from Australia, and half of that, or maybe a bit more than that, is from Sydney. So, you know, it might lessen the chance. Like if you're from Sydney and you have a station like FBI there to support you, how will they know if you're from Sydney and what, like they won't have that much of a like, reason to play you regularly and support you, because they might think you're from Berlin and, they don't need to support you. Or, they just might not take that responsibility to support you the way that they can. So just having like, where are you, who are you, without the bullshit of like, we came together, blah, blah, blah. Like just kind of, who are you, what do you play, where are you from, and just, that's kind of all you need.
I kind of like, there's a guy who's just been signed to a major label. His name's Matthew Young, and he's got these incredible, just like kind of hip hop tinge pop bangers. Like go and look at him because he's incredible and really hot as well. And he has his every single social media, absolutely no bios. He's got his location set as worldwide in big capital letters, and that is all you know about him. You get his press shots at the back of his head up against a pastel background, and he is smashing it. Troye Sivan tweeted about him like 5 times in the space of 2 weeks, and he's grown and grown and grown. His SoundCloud's on like millions of plays. Same with Ren Weaver, this chick from America. She had nothing about her, just a song up for like 6 months. That got to like 5 million plays, and then you can start to reveal stuff. So sometimes it's fun to keep it interesting.
It is, but it's annoying.
I don't know. From a website perspective and also from a radio perspective, a lot of the time, even though as a radio station, I work for a commercial radio station, we've got a 25% Australian music quota, but we recently haven't actually been looking at that quota because so much great Australian music has just been being made. So we're playing about 40, I looked at it yesterday, it's 42% Australian music on commercial radio at the moment, which is the biggest I think it's been in about 10 years. And we're at the point where we can now just say, hey, this is a great song. We don't look at the location. I understand it for community radio, but community radio is only one part of who you need to be marketing towards. Like I used to work for a community radio station and we'd play One Direction next to this guy sitting here. Yes, I've just found another person I know. And yeah, it's for a lot of media, we don't care where you're from.
It's as well just about like for us making some kind of story. So if we see like, oh, like a band of like 4 dudes from Brisbane, the headline can be like 4 Brizzy dudes killing it with this video. Great. It's super creative. But like, or if there's the dude who's like not facing the camera ever, it's like this floating head is releasing some great music. So it's just like some kind of story that we can.
You won't believe what this floating head sounds like.
25 of the best floating
8
heads.
floating heads that will change your life.
All great. Like
through to
writing them
find
down for later.
I think the frustration that I find with it is that we get a lot of like electronic producers who really feel the need to be like super mysterious with their whole thing, and it's been done. And if you're doing it for the sake of being mysterious, then it's just annoying. It's a little bit transparent again, and like what will I think there's one duo in particular that we work with, and it got to the point where the music's great. We really enjoy having them out when they visit the country and stuff. But in terms of like what we can do beyond helping them get interviews and helping people write about them, like the audience members and fans can't really get to know them, and it's hard for them to build a rapport with them in kind of for the long term as well. Like you just want to be able to connect with the artists that you really like, or you just want to know what they look like or like what they're doing. And I found it so frustrating. It was such a battle with them to kind of say like, hey, listen, like, can we just show what your face looks like? You're not ugly. It's all right. It just that whole mysterious thing just really shits.
On that level, bands that do their whole press release or their Facebook or their Twitter, and they write it like all caps, and then at the end of sentences, instead of using full stops, they do like 2 little slashes.
They're 1975.
That works for them totally. Like they're great at doing that.
They did it.
But if you've got 200 likes on Facebook and you've got 30 people coming to shows, maybe don't sort of write in all caps and do that sort of mysterious, groundbreaking artist thing.
I think now we're just getting into like our personal pet hates, but just trying to making it like easy for people to find you. And
I think a common hate between us, if I can say that word, and I think this is important, I think it's that we are sick of people trying to imitate others, and that again comes back to being yourself. If you're yourself, you're going to have something about you that is completely unique to any other artist we've seen before. And that will come through from your personality. And whether your personality is that you're a shy recluse and you don't want anyone to see your face, and but if that isn't you, if you're a me, I wouldn't work as a kind of elusive artist because I'm too loud. And so I love that all my friends laughed. If you're a loud person, and if you're going to be a loud personality and you're making loud music, like friggin' be loud and be seen and stuff. But if you're a quiet person, maybe it'll work for you. It's about being yourself and trying to do something, not trying, but just doing something unique that comes naturally.
Having said that, I 100% agree, but like if you're a creepy jerk, lock it down a little, because like there are certain times when like we've been
Creepy jerk, great band.
great band. But there's like a fine line between like confident and creepy. So like trying to think of like they're not in any way creepy, but like confident, like client liaison, they have such a great stick, and like there's a lot of like hip grinding going on, like great, sold. But there's been some like sexually aggressive kind of like Euro trash kind of dudes, and just like you get the email and it's just like fucking eye contact and you just like kind of get out of it. Like, so there's definitely certain lines, but like generally yes.
Don't be sexually abusive through email.
Aggressive, yeah.
Is the takeaway.
Unless you're
we actually have a question just over here first, and then we'll get over there.
I just kind of wanted to more have a discussion / get some opinion on using other people's content to kind of generate buzz or generate virality on your own page. I suppose I see like a trend of artists who basically try to get likes up and virality just by using other people's content, like not their own content, like just trying to be comedians or use funny shit just to get along.
Are you saying is there a kind of a moral line to using other people's content in terms of what you should or shouldn't be using to promote yourself?
Yeah, I suppose so, and like I have an opinion on it, but I guess is there like a general opinion on using other people's content to promote yourself and get your own page up?
If I ever see an artist that has shared a page from either the Lad Bible or Virgin Radio Lebanon,
Done.
I am never listening to that again.
There's a guy named Fortify who
Yes.
I know has, I think, a 50 million reach on Facebook because he posts every 15 minutes various viral videos he sees, but his music's shit, so he's not getting booked on anything, he's not getting played on radio. It again comes back to that thing, if the music's bad, no one gives a shit. Doesn't matter how big your reach is.
Also, if you're gonna use kind of stuff like that, it sounds really simple, but like always credit it. So like don't rip hilarious jokes from Tumblr and then be like, no one will ever be able to tell, because like
It's the internet.
if you spend that
Everyone
much
will
time on
know.
the internet, you're gonna recognize some tweets and like, you know. So yeah, just always credit it if you're gonna.
I manage the social media for the radio station I work for, and literally my job consists of going to Virgin Radio Lebanon, taking their stuff, rewriting it on Photoshop and posting it, because that's what rates for our audience. So again, and yeah, I know this is crazy to people who aren't in commercial radio, but it's how we do it. It's called original content in massive quotation marks. And look, if you want 32-year-old women seeing your posts, steal shit. Who cares?
But this is also like a really small thing that I feel like every artist should always do. If you ever put up a photo that's been taken at a gig or something like that, always credit the photographer forever.
Yes.
Because I've seen so many artists get into sort of shitstorms with photographers just by not writing, just copyright their name. It's the simplest thing to do.
But it's
so
like,
important.
that goes back to if somebody made an ad and used your song and didn't say that it was your song, you'd be pissed. So why should you take somebody's photo and not say that they took the photo?
On the weekend,
Like, it goes both ways.
Project U shot One Direction on the weekend, and the photographer's actually
shot
another
them dead?
person I know.
Awesome.
No, they're good boys. 3 of them need to go though. Cam, who's on the floor there, Louis from One Direction actually used his photo that he took the other night as his Twitter icon
Did he
the other day.
credit it?
He didn't credit it, but we kind of look at. Anyone in this room right now, if you didn't credit a photographer, I would punch you in the face. But with Louis Tomlinson, and if it was Kanye West or something, we're kind of, and I know, yeah, we're kind of like,
It's annoying though, like you guys took this photo that's being seen by literally millions of people and no one knows that you took it. Like, I don't know about you, but I'd be fucking pissed off if that shit happened.
People, and to their credit, the One Direction fan accounts have been so supportive of Cameron, and they've been like, "This is an amazing photo, well done, man." But no, but that's important because these are the accounts that have 5 million followers, that have almost half of what Louis from One Direction actually has, and they're crediting Cameron and they're crediting Project U for it. So as long as someone's seeing that it's there, we're realistic about these sorts of things.
Hey, I'm Lucas. Dom, you were talking about the hypothetical band that had 300 Facebook likes and 20 people turn up to their shows. That's basically my band.
Oh man, it's mine as well, don't worry.
If you're starting from the bottom, any advice, like how to get
End up at the top.
gigs? Yeah, that'd be good. We're about to release our first single, so
Cool.
Yay!
FBI has something called Music Open Day, which we do the first Monday of every month. It's just down at the station in Redfern. Hand it into FBI at the Music Open Day. That means it'll get listened to by our music director. Send it to blogs like Project U and stuff like that.
If it's good.
Send it to other community radio stations
Send it
across
to community
the country.
radio. Put it up on Triple J Unearthed. Put it up on SoundCloud. If it's your first song or if it's really any song, I really recommend if you put it on SoundCloud or Bandcamp and you've got, 1,000 or less likes, put it up for free. Yeah. So put it up as a name your price. Like the band I'm in, we've got, I think, 1,300 likes on Facebook. And, all the songs have something like 2,000 plays on SoundCloud, but they've reached their downloads limit because you only get 100 downloads on SoundCloud. It's a small thing, but it's nice that people are downloading.
Also, have it everywhere. Have it available for me to listen to on SoundCloud, YouTube, Bandcamp, Triple J Unearthed.
There's never enough avenues that you can put something like that on. So, Unearthed and FBI and all community radio and, Triple J as well and commercial radio as well, they're all here to help you. You can't view them as the enemy. You've got to view them as someone that you can use to your advantage. Blogs as well, are really important. And don't think that it's dumb to send it to certain people. Really believe in what you're sending and don't be afraid to... Don't pester people over email, but, if I got an email from a band that was just really polite, they were just sending me the song, I'm not going to be like, oh, fuck that band, I'm never listening to it.
What's your name, man? Lucas, if you were to come up to me right now and give me your CD, which you shouldn't ever do because CDs are awful, if you were to come up and bring me your music physically right now, what would you say to me?
I don't have the 5-second pitch down. I'd probably say.
It's fine. I don't. And
Tell us about your band.
Well, it's like indie pop. I sing. I like to think that we write pretty good hooks. It's really poppy. It's not like.
I'm so sold.
There's nothing very obscure about it.
Have you played any shows?
What you
a
just
couple.
said,
We did the Sydney
write
Uni
that in an
Band
email.
Comp with, I can see Nala over there. They won.
Cool.
Send me a song, I'll remember you.
Okay, I've got it in my bag. I'll give it to you.
Shit, do it. Is it on CD though?
He's planned
No,
this.
it's a SoundCloud link.
Oh, perfect.
My favourite thing about talking with Richard Kingsmill was hearing the stories of the lengths people go to give him demos. He said he's been in a car, sit with the window open, and someone has ridden by on a bike and just handed a CD through the fucking window. So
Also-
I love that. And again, I would just reiterate Triple J Unearthed. You're probably all across it and you're all up on there. But the people in that who work on the website listen to everything. They have to listen to everything in order to approve it to be published on the site. It is the reference for every presenter. Every presenter has a duty and loves going through that site, listening to stuff, rating stuff, loves finding stuff and adding it to their show and dropping them in as a find from Triple J Unearthed. And also, I would just say it's a great database. I think getting a lot more traction now in other creative fields. So I did Tropfest. I made a short film, and we wanted a soundtrack to it. We looked through Triple J Unearthed because it's so easy to browse through genre. We knew that these would be up-and-coming bands who are Australian and would appreciate the exposure as well. So again, just Triple J Unearthed, I think is a wonderful database lots of things can come out of having your music on there.
Can I just say that this is kind of unrelated, but I recently went to a show and I went and sat down and I saw that Richard Kingsmill was next to me, and then he came and sat down, and then he saw that on his other side there was another music publicist, and I've never seen a man look more scared in his life.
He also does a thing which isn't really that well publicised, but on Tuesday mornings from 9:30 to 11, pretty much no one knows about this because they keep it not advertised. You just go into the ABC, you get a visitor pass at the front desk, and from 9:30 to 11, you can go in and just give him your song.
We heard about that and we want to write a story out. It sounds like the Great Wizard of Oz or something.
It's
like,
amazing
there, like,
how they
reading it.
never advertise it at all. I only found out about it like 3 weeks ago.
Jake's done it 3 times.
It probably means the hungrier bands are going to get noticed.
Go in, you get a visitor pass, and some days it's real busy and he doesn't have time to see you. I had a dude that I'm managing go in like 2 weeks ago and handed in the demo, had like a 20-minute chat with him, asked him about his bands and stuff like that. So use that to your advantage as well.
I think people actually, I think Dom's saying that people care and that you should not view radio as the enemy is really accurate. As overworked as everyone is in both community, in the ABC and then in commercial radio, they still are in those positions because they really care about
And
that music.
you release a song and it doesn't get any play and you're like, yeah, fuck radio, that's bullshit that they're not playing it. But they are there to help you.
Write another song.
Yeah, write another song.
Write a better song.
Just like, okay, cool. You take your song to Triple J, you take it, it gets 1 spin, it gets maybe like a handful of spins on community radio, and then that's it. What are you gonna like stop? No, because you're you're a musician. Are you just gonna like write one song and be like, because you now don't have 100,000 people following you on every single platform, you're gonna give up? Of course you're not.
So many bands.
You have written more than one song. Keep writing songs.
So many bands didn't get played on Triple J until so late in their career. We were talking about, Jake mentioned Sticky Fingers before. They played more shows at the Annandale to 10 people than I've had days on earth, and now they're probably the biggest band in the country. Kingswood didn't have a label deal, didn't have a manager, didn't have a booker for 5 years, and now they sell out a hi-fi routinely when they play here.
We had bookers, but we didn't have a manager or a label for 7 years, and we put out 3 songs in that period. The first of which got like moderate like spot rotation, but kind of we met Richard through that. Then the next single was Supported. And then when Vitriol happened, it was like all excellent legwork under the belt for that song to have a platform to be played a lot because people are more...
Still the most played song on Triple J?
It is.
Forever.
It is. That's so weird.
I used to walk through the fucking snow, man. We didn't even have instruments. It was mental.
Yeah. And now I work at Music New South Wales. But my point is that my point is that it's all good setup, and if you do all of that stuff right, everybody here will know you, they'll all like you, and then when you deliver that thing that they know is going to work on radio for your band, one way or the other, they'll be much more inclined to play it, and they will push it because of that personal relationship. And it's so old school, but it's true. It's like, if they like you and know you, and you're helpful and decent to them, and you also have good music, and you've set it up in that way, I think that it helps a lot.
It makes such a world of difference. You can just go up to someone at a show and say hello. You don't have to like be insanely, overwhelmingly nice. Just like say hello to someone that you've met that works for a community radio station. Those sort of things are so useful to bands?
People aren't scary at all.
No.
Everyone's actually really nice. But one other thing, which I guess is another don't, is if you write folk songs, don't send your folk song to the metal show.
Yes.
Because they don't give a shit. They're a metal show. Like, just know where you're sending your stuff. Know what is your show on that community radio station and hit them, because you know that show, you know that your music fits there, you know that you're an electronic musician, you're going to send your music to the dance shows, you're going to send it to KLP, you're going to send it to Nina Las Vegas. You're not going to hit up Hal, who does the hip hop show. He's not doing electronic music.
It's so important to read the website or listen to the radio station for 2 minutes. Like, coming onto Project U, we actually, in our About section, we actually have a thing that says in bold letters, don't send us folk music, which I absolutely adhere by. We don't write about it. Don't send it to us. But people still, on a daily basis, will send me shit that we wouldn't touch in a million years. And it's absolutely dumbfounding.
As well, even just like a quick phone call to, like, say if you're sending it to a website or something, just to be like, hey, like, who's the best person for music? And then just like writing their name in an email. Like, if you get so many emails to Dear All, like, just yeah. So even just personalizing the email and being like, hello, it makes us feel guilty
To whom
about
it
not
may
writing back to
concern.
it. So we'll like
Never
pick it up.
group email. Just don't do it. It's
If you're going to group email, do not put everyone's email in the two.
And don't group email, but use the name of someone else that isn't you, because you've clearly just copy-pasted this
Yes.
email like 15 times. That's happened to me so much.
I've done that a lot.
I think you've done it to me, Melody.
Look, I'm not surprised if I've done that, but you know, it's really obvious when you're just spamming people. I remember a job where I got hired by this guy, and the job was pitched in a very different way to me, but in the end, all he wanted me to do was kind of find the contact emails of every blog in the world, and it was just like so pointless and so useless. And people know when you're spamming them, and it's really obvious when you have no idea what the publication's about. You just want to be well researched, and it does not hurt to be thoughtful in the way that you strategize, if you want to use that word, about like who and how you want to send your music. You just want to be thoughtful and considered, and yeah.
Just in regards to running festivals or club nights, I hope this isn't out of context, but in the off season, if sort of, you know, you run your event and then the whole year there's nothing to post about, what do you post about? And also, if we want to get sort of plugs from publications or websites or blogs, how do we approach that?
There's never really an off-season for festivals or club nights or anything like that. You know, like, just going through the Australian festival calendar, it goes like...
I mean, I mean, like, if you run say a festival, even a small-scale event,
Yeah.
and it's just a one-off, how do you keep the sort of ball rolling?
Buzz going like after it's finished.
Or, what do you post about?
Post about stuff that you're interested in. Say you've run a dance music festival or whatever kind of festival you've run. You see an artist who's just put up a video and you really like that because that would be great for your festival and great for your festival audience. Post about that. Be like, hey, I just found this thing. It's brilliant. I love it. And everybody who has liked your page or has subscribed to your festival or whatever, like, they've obviously subscribed to you for that reason. And if you like it, they'll like it. You know what I mean?
Laneway does this thing called Laneway Alum, where, you know, for example, in a month, if St. Vincent releases a new song, we'll post a link to the new song and then hashtag it Laneway Alum because she's played the festival for 4.
Well, I mean, we finished Laneway yesterday or on Sunday, and St. Vincent won a Grammy, and we posted about it
because, like, you've just got to be interested and sort of switched on and find ways to interest people when it's not just, hey, come to my festival.
It's also a fun way to drop hints about what's coming up in the next
Yeah,
festival.
Groove and do really good stuff with that.
If you want to know who's playing on Laneway in a year, just kind of watch the Laneway.
Just keep following all of our socials and everything. Like, it's not that hard.
Not too hard. Don't look too hard.
I think the one that does it probably best is Good Life, which is Future Music Festival's under-18s event. And I know there are going to be a lot of people sniggering right
Lots
now
of
because they have
cursor
lots of
links,
dance
that's the
music.
most.
But they put on, in school, every school holidays, they put on another smaller event, or they partner with someone putting on an event in Sydney and Melbourne. That's how they keep the vibe up. They'll sort of present Joel Fletcher or Will Sparks at a club night or something. So they keep their brand in the loop across the entire year. They're only actually a festival for 2 days. because they're only in 2 cities. But the rest of the year, everyone knows what Good Life is. I mean, there were plenty of sniggers in the room because everyone knows what Good Life is and what they do.
Yeah. Again, shout out to my previous employer. I think Triple J's social media is managed by a guy called Angus Truscott, who is an internet genius, sort of had a hand in launching Brown Cardigan and just knows a lot of shit about... He's also responsible for some other, for Pluckaduck memes and stuff like that. He's amazing. And so he takes care of Triple J's Facebook and Twitter account. And I think it'd be worth just having a quick look at that stuff, particularly for big organisations and event stuff. How often Triple J posts, the kind of stuff they post, the value they have for it, and the consistent voice across Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff. I always respected that. I think Triple J did really well there. Second part of your question, probably definitely Claire and stuff would know more about this than me, but I've seen a lot of bands partnering with certain blogs or music sites to premiere new music videos, new songs, and obviously lineup announcements, which Triple J is, I don't know, every now and again sort of actually losing the exclusivity for Triple J because sometimes they're finding that blogs are actually getting more hits and they'll be announcing on their own website or with other music blogs more easily. So, yeah, I think partnerships and that kind of thing seem to happen a lot, and they do make sense.
I think in regards to that, though, do not send me a link to thefader.com's exclusive premiere, which is valid for 72 hours, if you want me to post your song. Especially don't send me music feeds or Tone Deaf having a premiere, because I don't give a shit. Like, I'm not going to look at it because I don't want to go on to their website. Send me the song or send me, your lineup. Don't send me a partner exclusivity thing for another competitor.
Yeah, right.
Also, when it comes to, like, say, music or, like, festival announcements, with us, it is ideal if you give us a bit of, like, a heads up. So even if it's, like, embargoed, which is a great word, till, like, the next day, just be like, hey, guys, this is, like, you can release this tomorrow, but just kind of so we can get a post ready. Because, like, a lot of the time in the morning, we're just, like, focusing on news. So that kind of stuff would be something we'd just, like, do in the afternoon, like, casually just getting the post ready kind of stuff. Yeah. So give us a heads up, and also it makes it feel mysterious if we can't, like, do it yet. It's like the forbidden fruit.
Having everything we've said, some of my favourite musicians in the world and artists have fuck all online process and they're just geniuses and make amazing work. So go do that. On
Tom's point, having a great social presence is good, but having great songs is better.
Yeah. Have fun. No, that's shit. Be yourself.
Have fun with it.
Yeah, exactly. Be yourself. Go hard. Do shit that you think is going to be good for you. Yeah, can't really offer much other expertise.
If anyone wants to talk after this, I think we're all available if you want to come say hey.
I think just don't get discouraged. You're all just starting out. Like, there will be people who will say no, but don't let that be the end for you. Just keep going. If you believe in it, that's all that matters. If you think your music is the best, that's probably the most important thing. Just don't give up.
Just keep throwing CDs in cars.
Okay.